mitochondria, and that's just, you may have remembered from high school biology, it's the powerhouses of our cells, but it's way more than just the powerhouses of our cells. It's involved, first off, they're in pretty much every cell of your body. But what mitochondria do is they take the nutrients that we eat, they break it down and they make energy, and they make energy in the form of something called the ATP. And ATP is what keeps our body running, in a good place. So when our mitochondria are healthy, we're healthy. When our mitochondria aren't healthy, we're not, and we don't do as well. And I consider mitochondria really like the brains of our body, because the mitochondria sense what's in the environment around that cell, and it'll signal the cell to do different things. In fact, your mitochondria has its own DNA. So you have two sets of DNA. So you've got your regular DNA, and then you've got your mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA is typically passed down through your mother. So you get your mother's mitochondrial DNA. And that really regulates a lot of what's going on in that cell, and it changes. Things get turned on, things get turned off, and that helps the cell decide what it's going to do. The mitochondria are involved with calcium regulation. They're involved with hormone regulation and the production of both testosterone, estrogen, pregnenolone. As I mentioned, they're the metabolism centers. That's where we're breaking our carbohydrates down, breaking our fats down, and making energy. They're also involved with cell death. When the cells don't function, it's important that we kill off the bad cells. So those senescent cells, those older cells that aren't functioning correctly, if we don't kill those off, they can turn into bad things, things like cancers and so on and so forth. So having healthy mitochondria, one of the most important things, as we get older, for sure. And what most people probably don't know is that we lose around 8 to 10% of our mitochondria every year after the age of 40. So even if you don't do anything, we're gonna lose it. But the good news is there's absolutely ways to improve that, and we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that a little bit later.